Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are re-hitting the gas and taking a trip down memory lane to explore the complete history of an absolute American icon, the Dodge Charger. From its swinging 60s debut to the modern-day muscle monster, the Charger has a story that's as powerful as its engine. So, buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Our story begins in 1964 with the Dodge Charger concept car. It was based on the Dodge Polara and showcased a sleek, fastback design that hinted at the performance-oriented future of the brand. But the public had to wait until 1966 for the real deal. The first-generation Charger hit the showrooms as a premium, sporty coupe. It shared its chassis with the Coronet, but stood out with its full-width front grille, featuring hideaway head, signature look and a stunning wall-to-wall taillight setup. Inside, it was surprisingly luxurious, with 4 individual bucket seats and a full-length center console. Under the hood, you could get a range of V8 South, but the star of the show was the legendary 426 HEMI. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement. Just 2 years later, in 1968, Dodge unleashed the second generation, and this is the one that truly cemented the Charger's legendary status. The designers went for a more aggressive Coke bottle body style with a flying buttress roofline and a recessed grille. It was pure, unadulterated muscle. This is the car that Steve McQueen chased in Bullitt. And the car the Duke boys jumped in the Dukes of Hazzard. The sixth Charger became a symbol of rebellion and raw power. Performance packages like the RT, which stood for Road Track, came standard with the 440 Magnum V8, with the 426 HEMI still available as the ultimate option. In 1969, Dodge took things to the extreme for NASCAR with the Charger 500 and the unforgettable Charger Daytona, with its massive nose cone and towering rear wing. These wing cars were so dominant on the track that they were eventually banned, but their legend lives on forever. As we rolled into the 1970s, the third generation, launched in 1971, brought another redesign. The Coke bottle shape was still there, but it was more rounded and modern. The fastback was gone, replaced by a more conventional coupe roofline, and a new split grille design was introduced. While it was still a handsome car, the golden age of muscle was starting to fade. Growing concerns over fuel economy and stricter emissions regulations began to impact performance. The mighty HEMI made its last appearance in '71, and horsepower numbers across the board started to decline. The Charger was slowly transitioning from a hardcore muscle machine into more of a personal luxury coupe, especially with packages like the Say, or Special Edition. The fourth generation, which ran from 1975 to 1978, solidified this shift. Now sharing its platform with the Chrysler Cordoba, the Charger became almost exclusively a luxury vehicle. The focus was on comfort, smooth rides, and plush interiors, not quarter-mile times. The design was very much of its era-long hood, formal roofline, and plenty of chrome. While you could still get a V8, performance was a shadow of its former self. Too many purists, this generation lost the rebellious spirit that made the Charger famous. By 1978, the Charger nameplate was quietly retired, seemingly for good. But you can't keep a good name down. After a brief and, let's say, less than celebrated return in the 1980s as a front-wheel drive subcompact hatchback based on the Dodge Omni, the real Charger was still waiting in the wings. This 80s version, championed by Carroll Shelby in its performance, GLX goes like heck, was a peppy car for its time. But it wasn't the V8-powered brute that fans remembered. It was a Charger in name only, and after 1987, the name went dormant once again. For nearly 2 decades, the Charger was just a memory, a legend spoken about by car enthusiasts. Then, in 2006, Dodge did the unthinkable. They brought it back. The 6th-generation Charger exploded onto the scene, but with a controversial twist, it had 4 doors. Many purists were outraged, claiming a Charger could only be a coupe. But Dodge argued that this was a modern muscle car for a new era. Built on the rear-wheel drive LX platform, it had the aggressive styling, the V8 power, and the attitude of its predecessors. The RT model returned with a modern Hemi V8, and the high-performance SRT-8 variant packed an even bigger punch. It was a bold move, but it paid off. The four-door Charger proved that a family sedan could still have a menacing presence and a whole lot of horsepower. In 2011, the 7th generation arrived, building on the success of the reboot. The styling was refined, with a more aggressive front end, a sleeker profile, and the return of the iconic full-width racetrack taillights, a beautiful nod to the late 60s models. The interior received a massive upgrade in quality and technology, but the biggest news was under the hood. The performance kept climbing. Dodge was fully embracing its muscle car heritage again, and it was about to get even crazier. Then came the Hellcat. In 2015, Dodge dropped a bombshell on the automotive world with the Charger SRT Hellcat. This wasn't just a car. It was a 707 horsepower, supercharged V8-powered lunatic in a four-door wrapper. It was the most powerful production sedan in the world at the time. Dodge had not only revived the spirit of the original muscle car era, but they had amplified it to an insane new level. The horsepower wars were back, and Dodge was leading the charge. They followed this up with even more powerful versions like the 797 horsepower Hellcat Red Eye and the limited 807 horsepower Jailbreak, proving there's no such thing as too much power. And that brings us to today. The internal combustion engine ZRA for the Charger is coming to a close. But the story isn't over. Dodge has revealed the next chapter, the all-electric Charger Daytona SRT. It's a bold new direction, aiming to prove that muscle can be electric. With radical styling that harks back to the '68 model and a unique Fratsonic chambered exhaust to give it a sound. Dodge is trying to carry the Charger's soul into a new, electric future. From a '60s fastback, to a NASCAR legend, to a luxury coupe, and finally, a four-door super sedan. The Dodge Charger has always reflected the times while staying true to its core identity of power and attitude. It's a true survivor and an enduring American legend. What's your favorite generation of the Charger? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one.